colourings and drawings that I did, so I thought I'd go through them with you. Not all of them. Morning. It is 10 to 8. I woke up just now. I was thirsty, so I sat up and I had a drink, and then I had that pain that I get, the one that always wakes me up about 7. I've actually not had that since Friday, and it's Thursday today, so I've not had that in quite a while, but I've got my hot water bottle, obviously back in bed. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more sleep before I have to get up. It's 20 past 10 now, as you can hear my alarm's going off, which is Classic FM. I managed to get a bit more sleep, my stomach pain's glass, and now I've got a cat with me. I'm going to sit here and stroke him for a bit. Tigger has always wanted to come in through the window, and he just came up on the shed roof really frantically wanting to come in. And are you going to? Come on, baby. Come on. I believe you can do it. Come on. Come on. Come here. Yay! Good boy. Are you coming down? Come on. Really? Really? Don't go back out. Good boy. Love you, baby. Do you know what the blanket means? Story time! There we go. Now it's like we're sitting opposite each other. Nice. Got my Disneyland blanket on. Maybe I'll use a different blanket every time I do story time. But basically this time last year I was still in hospital. I started drawing and also colouring. But when I was first admitted last year to hospital, as you can find out in my bipolar admission story, I was admitted to a 136. I was just there because there weren't any beds. However, the nature of that suite was, it was literally 4 white walls. There was a bed stuck to the floor. There was a table with a box with 4 other boxes attached to the floor, like a table and chairs, and then there was a ensuite, not really an ensuite, toilet with a shower and a sink with half the door removed so they can see in should they need to. However, Manic Frankie, who just wanted to, you know, travel the entire world and take her brother up to heaven and revive him, just wanted to do stuff and there was nothing to do. So on the first night I was there, they brought me some colouring. But I have got lots of colourings and drawings that I did, so I thought I'd go through them with you. Not all of them. See if I can make sense of them now. So that's how I got into colouring and drawing when I was in hospital. On with the show. Dropping things already. Just a little warning, this might be a bit upsetting to some people, because remember I was extremely unwell. I was manic with psychosis. So okay, these are the first drawings that I did, and I'll show you them and explain them. And there was a lot of writing as well. How do you write like you're running out of time? By being manic, that is how. So this is the first thing I know that I drew when I was in hospital. This, I'm not sure, it might be Jesus. Oh yeah, I think it is Jesus. This is Molly. Molly is a hallucination. She is a baseline psychosis hallucination that I've been seeing since I was about 15 maybe. I don't necessarily always see her, but I know that she's there. It's mainly when I'm emotional. She's not around right now, but it's not that she's gone. I don't feel like she's disappeared or anything, but she's not here. But Molly can change ages depending on how she feels, which I think is really how I feel, but it's how she feels. So when she's angry, when she's manic there, she's 17, that's why it says 17 on it, and she often carries something with her. There she's carrying a knife. When I'm really upset, she gets younger. She's usually 12. Her favourite colour is green, she's got black hair, she likes climbing in door frames. When she's 7, she carries a teddy bear. When she's 12, I'm not entirely sure what she carries. But 7's the youngest she's been and 17's the oldest she's been. She was clearly, I don't know, she looks a bit scary there. Did you see her green hair? Well, favourite colour's green, so she's got green hair. Sometimes she's got red hair. These are also hallucinations that I was seeing. How the flies look. There were evil flies around. And my koala. My koala was a baseline hallucination as well. He began probably in about Feb last year. So maybe he wasn't a baseline. Because that was when I was coming out of I was really depressed. But no, he's a nice guy. He follows me, well, used to follow me around, be on my shoulder. He came to the park with me once when I went with Megan. This was not a hallucination, this is Pounce. My pup Pounce. Pounce I used to take to school with me. He was my imaginary dog. He was not a hallucination. I used to pretend to walk him though, and I probably looked like a massive freak. I used to walk along with my arm out as if he was pulling me, and when I got home I'd be like, come on pup, Pounce, and he'd jump up onto my bed, and what an imagination. Oh, here we go, okay. This is Molly when she's 12. As you can see, she looks more fun there. 12 right there. She's in a door frame, because she likes door frames. And I assume that was me trying to draw her face. But there's Molly. Normal age. Can I see to explain? Okay, so Garden Gate, again, this was a baseline hallucination. So this was not a baseline necessarily, but it's the first thing that I sort of used to hear a gate closing, even when I was nowhere near any gates. This is a nasty dog who's pinning me down. This is the man. He's really, really creepy. He is a shadow, and he would take my thoughts and put them in jars, and also could, oh, nearly dropped everything, also could put thoughts in my head, which is a classic paranoid psychosis. Al's mum, okay, that little smiley person there, I had a friend in primary school, and her mum died of an asthma attack extremely suddenly when we were in year 5. And when I was probably in year 9 or 10, I started seeing her around everywhere. Like I'd just see her popping up in the street, just stood there smiling at me. I saw her driving a car once, except she wasn't driving. She was just there in the car and just turned to look at me and smiled. So, coming for you, for you. Worthless, you can fly. You're special, God chose you to be the first one to fly without that possibly says plane. Oh yeah, and that's coming out of my head, you can see. And then all of those dots around, they're the flies. Here! So, there you go, and this was how I felt with my psychosis. So that's all when I first got there. Next, that's writing. Oh, one of the staff members was being a dick. So I wrote an explanation. He was purposely provoking me. I think he was trying to do it for my benefit, but he clearly didn't understand what it actually meant to me. More writings. Reasons to stay alive. Oh wow! Little timeline. As you can see, my handwriting was extremely messy at that time because I was writing so fast. Oh, I've just seen I've actually torn the page here a little bit. That was a colour-coded timeline. Oh. That is definitely a story for another time. I think I might do another video which sort of where I go through things that I wrote. Oh, like this. So this is another thing where I was trying to organise my thoughts. One of the nurses said I could organise my thoughts by writing them down. Didn't necessarily work. We'll just scroll up the page. Frankie's notes for ward round. More writing. Wonderful. Oh, you run like you're running out of time. Ah, holy crap. Okay. Yep, so I tried to fly. And that is definitely a story for another time. I remember doing this. I was quite distressed. Have you ever watched Matilda? Have you ever heard the soundtrack of Matilda? There's a song in that called Quiet. And that song became my jam when I was manic. Because all I wanted to do was quiet. So I got a lot of the lyrics wrong. Or in the wrong order. Or whatever. But as you can see, it says, from Matilda. I've dated it. What does that say? How I feel, Frankie. And then right there, lots of colours, and it says, everyone. That's 2. So, this is the first page. Have you ever wondered what I have about how when I say red? For example, there's no way of knowing red. Means the same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that nice kind of quiet. Like the sound of a page being turned in a book. Or reports in a walk in the woods. Quiet. And I think the next line is just that nice sort of silence, maybe. Like the sound when you lie upside down in your bed. Cute little bed illustration there. Just the sound of your heart in your head. And all the people around me, their mouths are still moving, but the words they are forming can't reach me anymore. I'm not entirely sure who those people are. That one right in the middle seems to be me. Okay, apparently I've got a green dress now. Nice. And as you can see, those people, those red dots, well, scribbles, they're angry, they're people. Then a little cameo of Molly right there in the corner. And I am warm. That's why she's got Docs and a hoodie on, because she's warm. Like I've sailed into the eye of the storm. Yeah. That's those ones. I might explain a little more. Basically, when I was getting like upset or okay, so I just got myself like wrapped up in knots trying to explain bipolar to you in like 7 words. So my friend drew a similar graph to this. Look at all of the bipolar bears and drawing. So basically, you've got your energy is this one, and your mood is this one. And here when your mood, this is -10, -10, +10, +10. So you've got when you are high energy and high mood, you're euphoric. You sort of think you're invincible. You can take on loads of things. When you are low mood, low energy, depressed, lethargic, don't want to do anything, can't get out of bed, self-care skills out the window. Here, you don't need self-care skills. You're God. Over here, these are the ones that people sort of get a little bit wrapped up in. This is why people call it a like manic episode and state as opposed to high. Because here, if you've got a low mood but high energy, anger, irate, tirades, you know, really, really hard to get on with, angry. And when you've got the mix of low mood but high energy, paranoia. And I think that's a really good way of describing it. Oh yes, I remember why I was saying all of that. Was about when I was getting angry or upset. So obviously I was at a heightened state of energy all the time. I was non-stop. I wasn't sitting still. Hallucinating, obviously. And one of the ways that I was, well, I don't know what I've been doing before, but basically to just at least get it out of my system so that people understood how I was feeling at that time, was to either write or draw. And I've written all my life. I'm good at writing. I like writing. But as you saw from those scrawls, they're not really legible. So drawing became a better form of that. So the reason that they're all either a bit scary or quite crazy, I'll use the word crazy, was because I was really unwell when I did those. You know, I was doing those drawings of Molly and the koala and the flies and the dogs when I was unwell, very, very tense. The thing that I said, oh, I'll show you that another time, psychosis. However, art therapy is legit. And because what I was doing on the 136 was colouring, and it was the only thing I could do, I did a shit ton. Excuse my French there, if you're my family watching that. But I did a lot, and if you bought me a colouring book, you'll know that I did a lot, because I had like 7. I've actually bought my own carry case for my colouring books. This is full of colouring books. It's so heavy. So I just thought I'd show you some of the ones that I did when I was more well and was able to, because I would probably be able to sit in colour for about 5 minutes and then I get distracted or my head would just sort of start going. But it was alright to have something to do with my hands. And like I say, when I started coming back down, I got really quite good at it. So I thought, this is Animal Kingdom, and my lovely friend Kim bought this for me. So I did an octopus one. A lot of them aren't finished because the exact reasons I just said. There we go. I did a pigeon. Apparently July 14th. Actually, I remember sitting in bed doing that on the 136. Here's a lovely raccoon. One single fish. A moth. I think that's magnificent. Tropical garden that I didn't finish. Hare and a tortoise. I started doing frogs on their lily pads. I started doing a lobster. Love his little patterns and markings. My gecko. I love that guy. Started doing some pretty pattern colours. Peacock. And that's all for that book. And after my parents saw that I liked that one so much, they bought me this one. This Tropical Wonderland. Actually, maybe Kimmy bought me this one. Kim, I'm sorry. I've forgotten which one you got me. But I think Kim got me this one. Birds. Oh, I've started doing a snake and a flamingo there. I think she bought me this one. This looks like I've started more on it. Corals. Can you see that fully? Yes. Beautiful. I love this one. I love this one. Are you ready? Highness. Isn't that amazing? Nala right there. Can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. Little Chinese lanterns. It's enough. I love this page as well. Frog and a lizard. Is that a gecko? It's an iguana. But I love them. I love them. Fish. Seahorses. Oh, I started doing this whale as well, and then my blue pencil disappeared. Mania makes you either completely reckless or absolute control freak, what it made me. So, like, you can see the early ones that were so reckless, and that one was like, I can't complete it if I've not got the right colour. Beautiful elephant that I started doing. And finally, the last book I wanted to show you was probably one of my favourites that my mum got me. And it's amazing. So it's got little excerpts from various plays, like iconic scenes, a few plays. I did The Tempest, and I did The Tempest. I was in The Tempest. I was Trinculo, a crap jester who's scared of everything. This was The Isle is Full of Noises, is that? Yes. Be not afraid, the isle is full of noises. And then this brave new world that has such people in it. And I like this. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you creativity from hospital. Sometimes people say like, you were in there for 3 months, what did you do? Shit ton of colouring. Something else that I did in hospital, thanks to the occupational therapist, who unfortunately only works 4 days a week, which, knowing her in a professional capacity, 4 days a week is good for her. However, it irks me that the hospital budget will only stretch for 1 OT for 4 days a week when they've got 5 wards, 2 elderly wards, 1 general, 1 acute with a PQ. I was on the acute. But the fact that the budget would only cover 1 person for 4 days a week for 5 wards wasn't brilliant. So unfortunately they thought it was quite limiting. However, I did a lot of other things again, which I might show you, things that I made in hospital, things that I made as well as recovery. I might show you those sometime because she was very creative, and we did a lot of gardening, and that's something that I liked to do before and I still like to do it now. As you see, updates every now and then of my tomatoes and my peas. I'm looking at the tomatoes right now. Well, on that note, I'm going to end the vlog. I'm going to say that I am thankful for all the people that brought me colouring supplies and art supplies whilst I was in hospital. I'm thankful for the sun. I'm thankful for the things that we can grow in the sun. I'm also thankful of the rain, because without that we couldn't grow anything. I'm thankful for babies and the hope and the joy that they bring to people. Yeah, I'm thankful for babies. And I'm thankful for that OT, even though she can only come in 4 days a week. I'm thankful for her, because I would have gone stir crazy in there, and I was already kind of crazy when I went in. Kind of crazy, very crazy. But yeah, lots of things to be thankful for. So find something that you're thankful for today and let me know, because I will see you tomorrow for more thankful thoughts. Good night. Right, you click on one of these videos or subscribe. Do anything. Do something good. Do something different. Do something different. Like this one. Done.